Welcome to another episode of Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea with Steve and BJ. In this episode, you will see the dive briefing given to us by our dive master Lauran for the Kittiwake wreck in Grand Caymans. Thank you for watching.
She was built in 1944 and then commissioned by the US Navy in 1946. She had a nice long 50-year career until about 1994 where she was finally decommissioned. Most of her activities during that time are actually pretty top secret. We don't know a lot about what she got up to, but she was a submarine support and rescue vessel. We do know, however, that she was involved in the mission to recover the black box from the Challenger space shuttle disaster in 1986. So that's quite cool. She's 251 feet long from bow to stern. And interestingly enough, she's actually the first ever ex-US naval vessel ever to be sold to another country. Anyone guess the price? $2 million. It was $1, exactly. $1. Smart asses.
We know the return we get on our money.
That's right, we're taxpayers.
Sold for $1, guys.
Was it Cayman dollars or US dollars?
US dollar, I believe.
We're just happy we took it.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you want to take a Yeah, sorry, I'm just scared I'm going to elbow you in the face or something with my...
I should have moved back farther.
No, you're good, as long as everyone can see. So guys, she was sank, well she was originally scheduled to be sank in 2010. However, weather prevented that, so she was actually sank in the January of 2011. However, the plaque that is on board, which is right around here somewhere, still says 2010 because they already had it made and they didn't want to get a new one. So 2011 was the official date. She was sank intentionally for diving and snorkeling purposes. You can actually watch the video of them sinking her and the first divers to enter her while she was under. And she was originally sank upright in about 60 feet of water. However, Tropical Storm Nate blew by a few years ago, about a year before COVID, and actually pulled out all the anchor chains that are holding her, and she rolled over. And as she rolled over, the bottom of the boat actually scooped out a big chunk of sand. So she's now in about 75 feet of water.
Are they going to pull it back?
Sorry? No. So she's actually fallen very close to the reef right here. So they're worried that any rescue efforts to lift her would actually damage the reef. She actually, when she fell over, by a miracle, literally you'll see while you're down there, by a couple of meters, she missed the reef and did no damage. So that's cool. Yeah, 251 feet long. She was sank intentionally for diving and snorkeling purposes, so all of the rooms have nice big cutouts for you to get through. However, now that she's gone over, it's less of a kind of snaking side to side through the rooms and kind of going up and down a little bit. And she is a nice sharp wreck, although those are nice and wide openings. Just do be careful with your legs and especially your head. When you're going through an opening that you think might be a little tight, my recommendation is to stick lower than higher because you can't see the top of your head and you might just ding it and that's not so nice.
In your tank.
But there's lots and lots of natural light in there, guys. There's nowhere that's completely dark. We're going to just be diving the top 3 decks. She's actually got 2 more below, but they're not accessible for recreational scuba. They've just left that for tech diving. It's completely black down there. You don't want to go. But there are cutouts to look down into the abyss. And as you enter at the first point, which is the stern, you'll look down and they call it Shaft Alley. You can actually see the prop shaft hanging down there as well. So we are actually moored up somewhere over here. The stern of us is hanging pretty much right over. If you look off the back of the boat, you can see that dark area. That's the wreck right there. So Lucy and Eamon are going to be in the water with you guys. You're going to head over towards the stern. The first part you'll check out right here is the propeller and the rudder. They are absolutely massive. I always like to say as you go under the boat, take a look at our propellers and see how tiny they are. And then when you have a look at these where you can sit 3 people on each blade, they are absolutely colossal. And right at the top of the top blade is a plaque that says Cobalt Coast Resort because we helped sponsor the sinking of her. So that's quite cool. Now you
guys paid $1 for it.
We did. We paid 80 cents.
No, 33 cents.
It's only 80 cents here. But you can actually swim between the propeller and the rudder if you would so like to. However, bear in mind that it is all sandy on the bottom. So if you are going to go through, please be very mindful of your fins because if you kick up all that sand, it's just really not nice for anyone else who does want to check that out.
Right.
From there, guys, you'll head around here into our first entry point, which is right here at the stern. Nice big cutout. And we're a big group, which is why we've got Eamon on board as well. He's going to be down there with you guys. And what we're going to do is Lucy's going to enter the wreck first, and then we're going to count in 10 people. Once those 10 are entered, Eamon's going to enter, and then the following remainder of the group will follow Eamon through the wreck. It's a nice long swim through all 251 feet until you pop out right on the bow. Now bear in mind guys, because she has gone over and she is sideways, it can give people a little bit of vertigo while you're inside, because you know you're swimming straight and the boat's not, and it can make people feel a little bit nauseous. So if you are experiencing that and you decide that you don't want to continue through the wreck, like I said, there's lots of exit points throughout her, so in your buddy teams just exit the wreck and carry on in the same direction, and you'll meet the group when they pop out at the bow, okay? From there, Lucy will guide you guys over this way towards the wheelhouse. The wheelhouse used to be all enclosed, but the last storm kind of blew the lid off, so now she's convertible. And the wheel is still there, and it does still spin. It's the shiniest part of the wreck because everyone grabs a hold of it. And it does make for a cool picture. You can kind of put your feet down and have a picture driving the wreck, which is really cool. It's supposed to be good luck if you spin it. And from there you'll sort of explore the superstructure on the outside. Right here we have the captain's quarters, and then towards the middle is the galley. They've actually removed all the fittings and fixtures of the tables, but the actual supports for them are still there, so you can still see where the crew would sit, and you can still see where the buffet bar is, but they used to dish out the food as well. Then coming towards the back, because she was a submarine rescue and support vessel, she's actually got 2 hyperbaric chambers on board that they have left open. Definitely don't go inside them. They are very small, very, very tight, but you can kind of stick your head in and have a look, shine your light in there. They're pretty cool to see. You'll know them because they're just these big cylinders with like a porthole door left open, and that's those just right here. Towards the back is also a diving bell that's been left open, so you can stick your head in there and have a look as well, and that's what they used to use to sort of crane down, screw it onto the submarine. They bring up the submariners and then bring them back onto the boat, and that's how they would assist them. After around there, you'll probably be at around 25-30 minutes. Lucy will show you guys where the boat is, and then you guys are free to actually explore the rest of the wreck in your buddy teams. Please guys, let them know when you get to half a tank.
There is also a separate video on our channel showing the dive that we made after this briefing. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe so that you can see our future videos.